Tua, can you just detail what you've been going through since the Houston game, that the hip injury aggravating it, and then the 2 weeks since?
Yeah, just dealing with that and just getting a good gauge of what the doctors are telling me. And outside of that, we've been able to look at MRIs and keep track of this. So that's what it is.
As you mentioned, you're a gangster. Being a gangster, as much as you want to play this last game, how tough is it to know that you're record to sit it out knowing that the season will be on for you?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for any competitor to have to sit out when the season's on the line and you can do more. But that just tells you how much trust and respect that we have for Snoop. The defense has been balling as well, so looking forward to what our guys can do this Sunday, and we'll see how the cards fall and how they play out.
Tua, what are you experiencing right now in terms of pain, restricted movement, anything like that? What are you experiencing?
When it comes to pain, I think I'm good with all of that, but it's just the restriction of what the doctors are saying. I can't do. So that's what it is.
Do you feel it could
what
improve
the doctor said
in another week to get to the point where you could play if there was a playoff game?
Say what?
Do you feel it could improve to the point where you could play in another week if the team makes the playoffs?
Yeah. If the cards play out the way they should, and the way we know and think they can, I'm gonna be available next week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I'll be playing. That's for sure.
What is the injury that you would be at risk of if you were to get, God forbid, a bad collision in the game? What the doctors told you?
I don't know if anything could be worse than what it is, right now. But I mean, I don't know. This is just what the doctors are telling me is right for myself and things of that nature. But I want to be out there. That's for sure. I want to be out there, but it's just a risk for myself and to be out there. And if something were to happen again, that's what it is.
Has there been much improvement this week? Are you feeling somewhat better?
Yeah, feeling a lot better. That's for sure.
Was it something where you thought that you would be able to go out and play last week, like you thought you were in a position where you could play, and doctors were like, no?
Yeah, for sure. I thought I could have played last week. Just the doctors said no. That's all it was.
And same thing this week as well.
Pardon?
Same thing this week as well. Doctors have said.
Yeah, I mean they're just trying to give it as much time to heal. But yeah.
So what are you telling your teammates though too? Because we still see you out there taking those practice reps as well. As they get ready for this game.
Yeah, just making sure everyone's locked in, making sure no one's throwing in the towel or whatever. Like we still have an opportunity, and this is also one of those things where you just show who you are as a teammate. And if you want to be a part of the organization next year, when things are hard, you really show who you are. And then when things are not, anybody can act however they want to act. But that just tells us a lot, I would say.
Are you frustrated, and how are you feeling right now, just through all of this kind of going?
Hell yeah, I'm frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrated.
So considering what happened in Alabama when this current injury happened, was there any concern in the back of your mind that it was related to when it happened a few years ago?
No, not necessarily. The one in Alabama was definitely a lot different. But I would say this was probably the more challenging one that I had to go through out of all the injuries with my ankle, like playing a week out of surgery. Like it wasn't as bad as what this one feels like. So.
Does this type of thing just take different amounts of time to heal with different people? A doctor told you if this strain or whatever it is with the muscle, it varies in terms of how long people need to recover? Like is there a timetable, which the doctor said, or do they say it changes depending on the patient?
See, it just gets so hard because we're just giving broad, we're giving you guys broad things about what the injury is, and so yeah.
So if it ends up being that, obviously
A strain, I
yeah, I know Mike said muscle related.
Yeah, but
yeah, for sure.
So if obviously the Cards have to play in order for you guys to make it to next week. But if it ends up being that this ends up being the last week, what are some of the things that you thought through about this season and just if it ends up being that your last game is a couple weeks ago?
I think the biggest thing, and it has been my thing since last year. Obviously, the concussions have been a thing, and then just off of that, other injuries that have stacked, up with the concussions to where I'm missing games. It's frustrating. That's the frustrating part, and I think that's something to take into consideration for myself, for the team, and just moving forward to stay available for more than one season. That's for sure, more than one season, and yeah, that's just the frustrating part about it.
So what can you do? I mean, that you haven't done already. Is there anything?
I think that's something to think about this offseason. That's something to talk with the coaches, and essentially it just falls on my plate, just protecting myself better and things that I already know.
Terron, we know it's been a challenge. How are you feeling about playing on Sunday?
Just preparing, trying to get ready to go.
Has anything been more challenging this week than maybe last week or 2 weeks ago? Getting ready.
It's been a grind, really, just the entire time. But like I said, just preparing, watching film, getting the playbook, just getting ready to go if possible.
It's December.
Go ahead.
Obviously, everyone's banged up. Alec Ingle talked about you being the example for a lot of guys here, just being able to battle through everything. What's the mindset? How are you able to do that?
I appreciate him saying that for sure. It's a lot of reasons. Like people have their own motivating factors. It can be internal, it can be material, it can be accolades or whatever. For me, I just always try to put my best foot forward, man. Every day, just try to get better and try to be the best version of myself on the field. Be productive, you know what I mean? So that's it. Every day, just try to be the best me possible. No matter what I'm doing, dealing with circumstances, situations, just try to be the best me.
Terron, when the season is on the line and you guys have so many injuries, players that are not going to be available, how are you looking to helping your teammates, especially in particular this week, knowing what's on the line?
Yeah, I mean, we down now to the last game of the regular season. We got something that we are playing for, trying to get into the postseason. So all hands in, all hands on deck, all money in. We roll with who we have, who's available, who can go out and produce, be productive, and go get a win.
Terron, Mike has said a couple times that Monday Night Football Rams game was a turning point for y'all this season. I'm curious if that's something that you would agree with, and if so, what was it about that week that helped you guys start to rotate around?
Yeah, I mean, really good team, hostile environment. That Rams team was tough, especially from their defense standpoint. It was a tough, physical game. So it was great for us to get that win, and it felt like the most complimentary game that we was able to play as a team at that part of the season. Defense played really well. Offense was productive. We got points when we needed, and we complemented each other really well. So I think it was able to create some sort of a blueprint moving forward, and we've been able to try to duplicate it over and over.